guitar buddies. Well, it's very sad that Ozzy Osbourne has passed away, one of the really true rock legends. So I thought I had to do something by Black Sabbath as a small tribute. And Iron Man is a great song. I've already done Paranoid, which is perhaps the most famous, but this is such a great song filled with great riffs. Okay, so the intro is really interesting. Okay, so we'll start by looking at the rhythm guitar, then we'll move on to the solos and bass. But on the intro, what I'm doing, and you can only do this with a certain type of guitar. So if you've got like a Strat, it won't really work. It's just not really enough space in there, and the tremolo, the whammy bar kind of ruins it a little bit. If you've got a locking nut, you can't really get away with that. But on a Les Paul, a Telecaster, for example, an SG, of course, which is what it was originally played on, you've got kind of enough room just to push the string down about a tone. Okay, so I'm just using a couple of fingers here to to bend up the note and then release it. And also at the same time, use my little finger to play an E on the second fret of the D string. Okay, and if you've got a really nice loud amplifier, hopefully you can get that kind of going into a bit of feedback. I don't have it loud enough for that. But so you're kind of using sort of pick and fingers, so I don't pick the A string, so a bit of hybrid picking there. Or you could just get rid of the pick and use your thumb and finger. Okay, but I was using a pick and finger and just bending that bottom E string by pushing on the string above the nut and then releasing. Okay, so that's the intro. Really great little intro there. And then we got a series of great riffs, basically. It's very much a riff-based song. You've got this classic. So I'm playing fifths here. So I'm playing a B5. So I'm playing root and fifth, B and F sharp on 7 and 9. Okay, so I'm playing it all on the E and A strings. So I'm playing, move up to the 10th position for D. A D again. Slide up to E. On 12. Then going to 15. And going da da da. So it's G and F sharp. So we've got 15 and 17. Moving down one fret to 14 and 16. And repeating that. Da 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 da. And then you slide down to D. 2 of those on 10. Then move to the 12th position. So you've got such a great riff. Now, it simplifies when Ozzy starts singing. So instead of playing power chords, just playing single notes. So I chose to play it here. You can play it kind of in various places along the neck. But I chose to start on B on 7, D on 5, and E. So 7, 5, 7. And then a G and a sharp. Yeah, so that's 5 and 4 on the D string. Back to D on 5. Slide up to E on 7. And Tommy Iommi often does a little slide after that. When Ozzy's not singing, it goes back there into the riff. And then the second time, after you've got Ozzy singing, okay, because 2 verses, we then go into another great little riff. I've got a B, D, B, so 7-5-7 on E and A. Do a little slide to that, it's kind of nice. B flat, A, so 6 and 5. Up an E, G sharp on 4, 2 A's, B flat, so. Again. Back into a repeat. Okay, so the next time, after we've had the kind of verse section, we've got a new kind of riff here, where we go play a da-da-da-B. So I'm playing an E to a D power chord. So 7-9-9 to 5-7-7 on the A, D and G strings. Da-da-da-B, da-da-da-da. Then you've got this riff, I'm playing a B5, okay, so that's 7 and 9 again. Then, okay, playing basically the blues scale with a little extra chromatic note. So I'm playing B5, then 7, 10, 7. 7, 8, 9, so that's on the E and A string, then the A string, and 7, 8, 9 on the D string, A, B flat, B, so. Then. Okay, and then after the second time of got another great riff. So here we're using the C sharp blues scale. Okay, so I'm going C sharp to B. That's 11 to 9 on the D string. And G sharp, G, F sharp, 11, 10, 9. Down to 7, E. And C sharp on 9 on the B string, B on 7, back to C sharp. Yeah, 2 of them. And then I was just playing it on the guitar solo, just really filling out the sound. You don't have to put this in if you don't want to, but you've got 2 guitars. I was just kind of playing a C sharp 5 chord just to add a bit more texture there, and then you're back in, coming out of the guitar solo, back with that, back into, and then that's basically all the sections apart from the end section. Okay, there's a little solo there which we'll come to when we look at the lead guitar, but there's also one more riff to finish. Lots of great riffs. We've got so it's just E, D, E, 7-5-7 on the A string, and then D, E, D. 5-7-5. And then first one again. Then F sharp, G, F sharp, G, little hammer pull, same 2 notes, D, repeat. Okay, so that's 4 and 5. 5, 7, back to the start. Okay, and it ends on E, D, E. Right, so that's the kind of rhythm guitar parts. We'll take a look next at the lead. So for the solos, I played the first one very close to the original, the second one a bit looser, but I always say don't get too hung up on trying to play exactly what somebody else plays. It's good to learn from them and then learn the scales, for example, learn the licks, and then put your own take on a particular solo. Okay, so with this, we're playing mostly around the C sharp blues scale. So that's how it starts. Okay, so just to quickly go over the blues scale. Okay, in C sharp, we've got C sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp, B, C sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp, B, C sharp, E. That's a very familiar pattern. Okay, so it's 9, 12, 9, 10, 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 12, 9, 12, 9, 12. Okay, and we also some licks around the position down from that on the lower strings. So we've got 7, 9 and 7 and 9. B, C sharp, E, F sharp. So it starts there. We've got okay, so we're playing. So it's 7, 9, 7, hammer, back to 7. B, C sharp, E, F sharp, E, C sharp. So we got E, F sharp, sliding to G sharp. So you've got 2 F sharps there. So it's 9, 9, 11. 7, 9, 9, side to 11. 3 Bs on 9 on the D string. Hammer to 11. So, and then E, or quite nice, hit both notes. Okay, so hitting 9 on the G and B strings. Back to my root note, C sharp on 11 on the D string. So then you got so you got 9. So 11, 9, 11. C sharp, B, G sharp on D and A. Hit those 2 notes again, E and G sharp, or just E. Or, kind of prefer that. Then again, same 3 notes again. And then just B to C sharp. Okay. Okay. So that's basically the first lick. So our next lick is very kind of Chuck Berry. So I'm playing E on 9 on the G string, and then just bending F sharp up, not all the way, kind of up to a G. So not going up too far, and then hitting 2 notes, or just the top note. So 9, bend on 11, then 9, 12, 9. Then 11 on G. That kind of thing. Yeah? Or, you know, as with a lot of these licks, if you play 2 notes or 1 note, it doesn't really make a difference. Or, it's kind of up to you, the kind of style which you play it. But then just playing that double stop on 9, and then on the last note, just pulling it sharp, pulling it towards the F. Then just C sharp, B, C sharp. Okay, that's the second lick. For the next lick, I've got so here I've got so I'm playing 9 on the G string, E, a slight bend on 11, F sharp, then 9 and 9. So, then B, G sharp, F sharp, E, 2 pull offs, 12, 9 on B, 11, 9 on G. So, Then going back to that, so from that 9, going back to 9 on the B string. Then pull off from 12, back to F sharp or 11, back to G sharp. And then those pull offs again, 12, 9, 11, 9. Then 9 and 9. On C sharp to G sharp to C sharp on the B and E strings. Then a bend on 12. So the whole thing slowly. Okay, that's the third lick there. Next we've got, so I'm playing C sharp, B, G sharp twice. 2 G sharps there, so 9, 12, 9, 9. 3 bends, bending E to F sharp. And then, so I'm bending on 12, and then a trill, hammer pull, 9, 12, 9, then 12 on the B string, so it's C sharp, E, C sharp, B, C sharp again on 9, and then bend that up. Then we've got so there I've got bending again on that B, and then hitting the C sharp, so bend on 12, hit 9, then pull off 12 to 9, B to G sharp, and then bend on that F sharp on 11, then 9 and 9, and then pull off again. So we've got, and then play that F sharp again on 11 to 9 to C sharp. Okay, so you've got then two E's. Okay, and then pull off C sharp, so 9, 11, 9 on G and D, 11 and A, back to 9, back to 11, then again, that's basically the same, so that's the same phrase, and then I've got B, C sharp, E, B, C sharp, and then basically that's the end really, because you just kind of play the same note from here. So you got 9, 11, 9, 9, 11 on D and G, and then And you're just finishing off by repeating a hammer from B to C sharp, 9 to 11, and then you've got, you're back into that riff, and you're back into the main riffs of the song. So towards the end of the track, there's a little solo using the E minor pentatonic, or to be absolutely kind of technically precise, because it's hexatonic, because it uses an F sharp in there, the second note of the minor scale, so 6 notes, not 5. Okay, and we've also got a little semitone bend as well, kind of making it more of a blues scaly as well, but basically, based around 5 notes of E, G sharp, A, B, D, E, going up to G, A, repeating now, B, D, E. There's also a bend up to an F sharp. So it's all stuff like that. So as I say, I didn't play it exactly the same. I was just... So it's just sort of starts around this position. So, that kind of thing. So the scale you got, if you start on D, for example, the tone below the root, you've got 5/7, 5/7 on the A and D strings, going up to 9, then 7/9, and then just a shift of position, 8, 10, going to 12, and then 10, 12, and also he bends that up to an F sharp. So you could just... So one thing he does quite a bit in this last solo is a nice little minor third bend. So bending up to... So... So it really just kind of goes from this position kind of to this position, back down, bend out, back into the kind of riff. So once you know those notes, yeah, it's only a few bars, you can just add a little solo of your own, kind of similar style, and away you go. Okay, so that's the guitar. Next we'll take a look at the bass. For the bass, I'm playing with the pick, and I'm mostly following the guitar riffs. I play 2, 5, 5, 7, 7, B, D, D, E, E. Okay, on the A string. Then just a G and an F sharp repeated on 5 and 4 on the D string. To D, back to E. 5 and 7 on A. Okay, great riff. Alright, so that's basically your first riff. Then we've got so this deviates from the guitars playing slightly on that bit. So we've got this as the same. So it's B, D, B, B flat, A. So it's 7 to 5 to 7 on E and A, to 6, 5, and then play an open E, and then boom. It's just G, A and G repeated. So 7 and 5 on the D string to 7 on A. Stop, then back into okay, and then subsequent verses, we've got a couple of these. Okay, so here on the E chord I'm playing. So I play E, B, E, 7, and then 9 and 9 on the A and D and G strings. Back to B, boom, And then look, chromatic B D B B flat A, 9 7 9 8 7 on D and G, and the second time I'm doing a little extra. Okay, it's not that important, but just an extra. First time, second time. Yeah, slight variation, but you know, it's all very close, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm playing that, and then on the D chord, I'm playing a D on 5, and then C sharp, D, F sharp, G, but back down and open A. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So it's 4 5 on A, 4 5 on D, back to 4, back to 5, back to 4, open A, and then okay, so you've got this riff 7 7 5 7 B B D E, so that's on the E and A strings, and then going 2 chromatic runs, E F F sharp A, B flat B. So it's just 7 8 9 7 8 9 on the A and D strings. Okay, and then basically you repeat those sections, just follow the song along, and then you've got this section before the guitar solo. Again, there's a slight variation between the guitar and the bass. This is the same. So it's just 11 9, C sharp to B on the D string. And chromatically, G sharp, G, F sharp. 11 10 9. Down to 7 E. And the guitar goes like that. The bass goes, does 2 little hammers. So it's 9 7 9 7 9 on the E string. So for the guitar solo, we go into double time, and we're still playing the C sharp blues scale. And again, don't get too hung up on trying to learn it exactly. As long as you kind of, playing these notes, it's gonna fit, and just keeping it going really. But what we've got here is so starting on that C sharp and a couple of little passing notes. So 9 7 8, C sharp, B and C. Then so a lot of it's just going from this C sharp to this C sharp with some notes in between. So I've okay, so it's so after the first couple you got that's it. So okay, so you just back to that first note, but this time just play an open E to give you a little space to jump into the next note. So 9 open, 9 11, and 9 down to 11, and then back at your back is playing this an octave higher. Yeah, so it's 11 9 and 10, and then you got basically that. So just coming down the scale, little chromatic note thrown in. So it's just going, so yeah, we've got, so going where we left off before. So it's two of these. On 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, down to 7. And then 9, 7, 9, 8, 9. Open E again, just use that to kind of give you a little breather into the next one. Okay? And then we start the same way. And then so here we're just going back up. So do, boo, I think it's that, but anything to get you there really. I think it's that boo de ba de boo boo de. And then back into that. So I was playing the C sharp, E, C sharp, E, B. So 9, 7, 9, 7, 7. Then sliding 9 to 11. 9, and then yeah. And then you got like 3 of these. So you got that for then you come back down. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So it's basically all the notes we've been playing before. So it's a little repeat of that. You just basically those notes. Now you do it like 3 times. Yeah. So back into that. So it's just a chromatic, then back down the scale like we played before. So and they got, and then so it's 9, 11, 11, 9, 11, 9, 7, 9, chromatic, and then so they've got so basically you're into that, and then you just basically got a couple of bars of just kind of doing a hammer beat to C sharp, back into that riff again. Okay, so as I say, I've gone through a lot of notes there. Don't get too hung up on, oh, it's this, one of these, 2 of these. Just you know, as long as you kind of, as though you're kind of hitting those C sharps with the selection of those notes to kind of go from one to the other, you're kind of going to be okay. Just keeping it going to 1 and 2 and 3, just kind of keeping that beat going. You get all that kind of stuff, it all works. So that's that. That's the other bit. Then we're all into the same stuff we've already played, apart from the end section where we've got just kind of speeds up again and just playing fast semi-quavers on an E on 7, and then this section where we go from E to D to C sharp to C again. keeping it fast. 7, 5, 4, 3. And then we got adding a little extra note. So E, D, E, 7, 5, 7, 5, 4, 5, D, C sharp, D, C sharp, C, C sharp, 4, 3, 4, and then C, B, C, 3, 2, 3. And then they finish with that's your ending. It's an unusual end because so it's da da so it's da 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 C B G F sharp G B. So slide up to there. So it's 3 2 3 2 3 7. And then E D A. So it's almost like a wrong note that they left in because it's kind of, you think it's going to be E D E, which is what the guitar plays, but the bass actually hits an A right at the end. So it's 7, and it's 7 5 on A. Last note 7 on D. All right, great song. Just a little small tribute there to the masterful legend that is Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Great band, Black Sabbath. So I hope that's been useful and you've enjoyed playing that. Great song to play, and thanks for watching, buddies. Cheers.